Now, students, we're going to take a look at the hot and cold water supply to the various elements here. So I'm in my ground floor plan here, and you can see we've got our boiler over there. What I've done as well now is that I have made a duplicate with detailing of the wall plate level. Okay, and what I've done here as well is I've adjusted the view range. That's the view range there. So the top level is 8, but I've done the cut at 1200. And I've put in a minus 200 for the bottom and a minus 300 for the view depth, because what I want to be able to see are the walls here and also our cold water tank up here as well. Now, just a quick word of warning here. You need to do this according to the knowledge that you gained in studio. I'm going to show you the techniques of how to represent these hot and cold water systems, but I'm not guaranteeing that it's absolutely right. Okay, so watch out for that one there. Now, so we'll do the hot water first, and the hot water will be generated by the boiler here. And you know that we put in a service cavity here. So first what I'm going to do is go up to detail line. I'm going to swap out the foul, and we're going to do hot supply. Okay, now that should be red. And I'm going to do a little circle in here to indicate. And it'll be around a 12 mil pipe, something like that, I think. Maybe 12. Yeah, I'm going to do a 12 mil pipe. And then I can click that after and put in 12. Okay. Now, all right. So here's our first little conundrum. Why is half of that missing there? Well, it's missing because you can see now with TL, it's gone up a little bit thicker there, is because of the line type that I chose. And I did say that we might need to go back into these line types and line styles. Okay. So here's my hot supply, and it's an AEC dashed 3 mil or AC 1.5. Right. So let's see what we've got here. I would like it an awful lot shorter than that, to be kind of closer together than that, to be honest. So I'm going to do a solid just for the moment. All right, apply. Okay. Now you can see my pipe here, and it's in the service cavity. I'll move it over. All right. So you can imagine that what's going to happen here is that that's going to come out of the boiler. Oh, it's on the wrong side, isn't it? Okay, now it's in the right side. And then it's going to go up through the service cavity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to copy it onto the copy clipboard. And then I'll come over to my first floor plan here. Okay. And I'm going to paste this into the same place. All right. So there it is down there. And then I'm going to come over to my wall plate plan, and I'm going to paste this as well into the same place. Okay. So there is my pipe that is gone all the way up to the attic. Now, why have I done that? Why have I brought it to the attic? Well, in the first floor plan here, you can see I've got to get over to supply that wash hand basin, and the plumber will very often take the shortest route because he'll save on pipe, but that's not always the best for us here. So I could go through the first floor. I could go through the first floor, depending on where my joists are. I don't want to have to cut through joists or anything else like that in order to get the pipe through. I don't think we have a service cavity in the downstairs ceiling either. All right, so in this case, it might be the better solution is to come all the way up to the wall plate here. And what I want to do is I want to get from, if you like, I want to get from the ground level, okay, over to here, over to the soil vent pipe casing, because I can then take the pipe down from there. So that's my strategy. That's what I'm going to do here. All right. So I'm going all the way up here. I'm back into here. Now I'm going to go into my detail, my annotation, my detail line. I'm still on the hot supply. And this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it maybe from the center here. Now, again, you won't have the service cavity as such in the attic. So I'm going to go from there, and then I'm going to come all the way around here. And this is where I want to get to, something like that. And then what I'm going to do is hit escape, escape, and I'm going to draw a little circle here. Okay, sorry. We will go again, detail line, and I'll draw a circle, and it's going to be a 12 little circle there. All right, escape, escape. Now I can copy that and put that on the copy clipboard. Go into my first floor plan here now, and I'm going to paste that into the same place. There it is there. And then I'm going to create similar here. Okay. And that is going to go into my hot water supply into wash and base. All right. So that water supply. Now I need to annotate that one up. Okay, so it's going all the way across there, like so. Now there might be a clever way to do this, and by all means, you will have this worked out from your skis working studio. That's the way I've done it. Now the coal supply, okay, the coal supply comes from the tank. So what do I have to? I have to. Oh, I need one to here as well, and I need some taps for the bath. Obviously, not taking cold baths here, so I'm going to create similar, and I'm going to come off that and maybe go into there, something like that. Okay, I need to put in a set of taps there, and I'll take a look at that later. All right, so there's my hot supply into that. Now the cold supply is going to service that toilet, that wash hand basin, that bath, and in the ground floor, it's going to service that wash hand basin and that WC there. Okay, it's not going to service this sink because that's potable water, so that'll come directly from the water supply from the mains in the road here, and I'll just do that one afterwards. Okay. Now, so what I need to do actually now is get my hot supply back down via this casing here, which means that perhaps I need to actually bring this over a little bit. Okay, a little bit tighter in there. Then I'm going to select it. I'm going to put it onto the copy clipboard, and I'll come into my ground floor plan, and I will paste this into the same place. Okay, there it is there. Now, so what I'll do now is go into my annotate detail line, and I'm going to make my way in behind into the service cavity here. Okay, all the way down, and then we'll pop out here to supply that one there. Okay, now I probably need a hot supply for the sink as such, not the cold supply, but a hot supply. That's fair enough. So again, detail line. Now, so I could probably come around the service cavity, except I've got the window here, so I'm going to have to go up or down below the window. And again, this one might be as handy to bring it up to the first floor level or into the joists as such. But because it's representative, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come around the cavities here, the service cavities, and you know what we were talking about there in terms of that, and I will bring that over as far as here. Okay, now, so that's that one supplied as well. Right now, so let's do the cold supply, and we'll start off the cold supply by bringing the water into the boiler for starters here. Okay, so I'm back into my detail line. I'm going to hit the drop down box here. Let's see, do I have a water mains? Yeah, got a water mains here. So I'm going to do this very simply. I'm going to bring it in from here. Okay, underground, and it comes into the boiler basically like so. Okay, boiler, it'll now, we will take a branch off of that. All right, after it comes out of the boiler. So what I need to do is draw a circle here. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky in terms of fitting it all in, if you know what I mean. So I'll do a 12 right there, and then I'm going to create a similar line here. Just do a thin line here. And, now I will move this over, if you know what I mean, once I get it in there. So yeah, yeah. So I need to. This is not coming out of the border. This needs to. Sorry, that's not right. So I'm going to bring this one down here, something like that. Actually, we'll bring it over here, over here. Sit it on top of where it comes in. Okay, so now that's roughly it there. Okay. Now, so I will pick that, and I'm going to create similar, and now we're going to go around the corners here. So this is the potable water, and we will bring that up as far as there and into there. Okay. Now, so that's a direct supply. It's coming in from the road, and again, you can see that the line isn't great. So again, because I'm going to distinguish these with colors rather than line types as such. All right, so I'm going to make that one a solid as well. Manage, additional settings, line styles, and I'll go into number 8 here, and I'll just make that a solid. Because we got a color on it. All right, apply and OK. Now, if I hit TL on the keyboard, you can see now that, and all I need to do now is just shift the lines a little bit, just fit them in as best that we can, you know, that's the way to do that. And I'll put in notes to say that this is the water supply from the mains to the boiler, and that before it gets into the boiler, there's an offshoot which comes across into the service cavity and supplies that one there. All right. Now, from the boiler, so this one will probably go all the way up as well. Okay, so I'm going to select that and put that. I'm going to copy that. All right, and I'll go back to my wall plate service and we'll place that to the same place. Okay, so there it is there, and that's the supply that's going to supply my tank. So we're back into annotate detail line. Okay, and we're going to take this all the way up as far as kind of here, and then we will bring that into the tank there. Okay, so that's supplying the tank. Now, coming out of the tank, again, I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit create similar. And then coming out of the tank like so, we're going to bring that over so that it goes down into the service cavity here. And again, I'll just use a detail line and a circle. And that'll be 12. Right, remember we took this one and we moved it over so that it was tight and we could get it into the cavity here. I'll bring that one just connect into that there. Okay. Now, so what I'll do is I'll take that one and I'll put that one on the copy clipboard. Now back to my first floor plan here, and I'll paste that in. Okay, so there's my pipe there. Escape. We'll do annotate detail line, still in the water mains here. So now we're going to supply the bath, and we're going to supply, get that up a little bit here. Where did it go? I'm going to supply, right, the sink, like so. Then we're going to supply the toilet, which will probably come in at the back, something like that. All right. Now, so that's that one supplied. Now we need to probably, I'm not sure with the hot press whether it's an immersion or is going to be supplied by the whether it's an independent supply or not. I'm not sure. Depending on what kind of system you generated here, whether there's a hot cylinder tank in there or not, there mightn't be a necessity for that. I cannot remember whether there will be or not. Now, so there's the ground floor plan. So what I need to do now is get a cold water supply in here. Okay, so we're back over to here, and we're going to go modify and paste to the same place. Okay, you get the idea now, and we're off into escape, annotate, detail line. We'll take that, and again, it's a question of way down here. So I'll just get it in place first. So that's that one. And I will then continue this on, and it'll supply the toilet tank like so. Now I'll hit TL on the keyboard, go up here, and we'll just try and move these lines over here a little bit, unjoin, yeah. That one over there a little bit. We'll go back to TL on the keyboard. You can see now I've got both of those there. Now you're getting the idea. So we're showing our hot and cold water supply from the boiler and from the tank up there. And again, what I need to do now is kind of add notes in there to indicate that this is a 12 mil copper or plastic pipe supplying those various different elements there.